In a distant corner of the galaxy, the Tsar Empire flourished, a vibrant coalition of sentient species celebrated for their technological sophistication and diplomatic finesse. This remarkable alliance traversed the cosmos, embarking on exploratory missions to catalog and understand the myriad forms of life that inhabited the vast expanse of the universe. Among these species, the humans of Earth were often regarded with a degree of dismissiveness, considered primitive in their emotional expressions and their penchant for companionship with animals. To the Tsar, these traits seemed quaint at best, amusing curiosities in the grand tapestry of intelligent life. Yet, unbeknownst to them, a pivotal encounter was on the horizon that would shift their perception of humanity forever. On a vibrant blue planet brimming with life, the Tsar delegation prepared for an important mission. Their sleek silver spacecraft glinted in the sunlight as it descended onto Earth, an unassuming yet magnificent world teeming with diverse ecosystems and cultures. Led by Ambassador Jack Thar, a tall figure adorned with shimmering emerald skin and 6 dexterous arms, the delegation's purpose was straightforward: assess Earth's potential for diplomatic relations. They had conducted countless similar missions across various planets, always approaching with the confidence of their advanced civilization. However, the richness of this world held a promise of experiences they had yet to encounter. As the Tsar delegation landed in a lush park, their ship's engines humming quietly, they were greeted by a small gathering of humans, a charming mix of children and adults, each accompanied by a variety of pets. Dogs, cats, and even a curious ferret were present, frolicking with their human companions. The Tsar were immediately perplexed. While they had seen many forms of life, this open affection for animals was something entirely new and foreign to their experience. Ambassador Jack Thar watched in astonishment as a young girl knelt to pet a golden retriever, her laughter ringing like music through the air. The dog's joyful response, with its tail wagging so energetically it seemed to dance, ignited a flicker of curiosity within him. "Ambassador," whispered Kelks, a technician among the Tsar delegation, "they seem unguarded." The observation was keen, for the humans displayed an openness that contrasted starkly with the Tsar's more guarded approach to interspecies interactions. Jack Thar mused aloud, what compels them to share such intimacy with these creatures? His questions lingered in the air, unanswered as they moved closer to the group of humans. As the Tsar delegation approached, the humans looked up, their expressions a blend of curiosity and delight. One of the adults, a middle-aged man with a welcoming smile, stepped forward. "Welcome. We're glad you're here. Would you like to meet our pets?" The unexpected offer caught the delegation off guard. Kelk stammered, We do not interact with animals in this manner." "But why not?" the man asked, his eyes sparkling with enthusiasm. "They're friendly. You can pet them." The ambassador's interest was piqued. This was a social interaction unlike anything he had ever encountered before. "Pet them?" he repeated, curious about the significance of such an action. The man beamed with joy. "It's about connection," he explained. "These animals bring us joy, comfort, and companionship. It's a way to show love." Jack Thar glanced at Kelks, who was already eyeing the nearest dog with a mixture of trepidation and fascination. The ambassador decided to take the plunge into this new realm of experience. "Very well, show us," he replied, his voice steady despite the nervous flutter in his heart. With cautious movements, Jax extended one of his slender arms toward the golden retriever, who, sensing the ambassador's hesitance, stepped forward eagerly, tail wagging and nuzzling against Jack Thar's hand. The Tsar's skin shimmered in response, a subtle display of fascination as he felt the warmth of the dog's fur and the soft pressure of its body against his fingers. As Jax continued to pet the golden retriever, he felt an unfamiliar warmth spread through his body, a sensation he could only describe as pleasing. The humans erupted in laughter and encouragement, their delight infectious. "See? They love it," they urged, prompting the other Tsar members to join in. One by one, the members of the delegation began to engage with the animals. Kelks, despite his initial hesitation, reached out to stroke a nearby tabby cat, his fingers brushing through its soft fur. To his surprise, the cat purred contentedly, a sound that resonated deep within him. The unexpected connection sparked something in Kelks, a flicker of joy that spread through his being. It was a sensation he had never anticipated, and he marveled at how such a simple act could elicit such profound emotions. The atmosphere shifted dramatically, the delegation's initial apprehension melted away, replaced by a sense of camaraderie and warmth. As Jax interacted with the golden retriever, he began to understand the bond that humans shared with their pets. This was more than mere companionship. It was a profound connection rooted in trust, empathy, and unconditional love. Jax found himself laughing alongside the humans, feeling an inexplicable kinship that transcended the barriers of species and culture. As the day progressed, the delegation found themselves immersed in a series of delightful exchanges. Children eagerly shared stories of their pets' adventures, while adults expressed their thoughts on the emotional support these animals provided. Each narrative painted a vivid picture of life on Earth, revealing a tapestry of joy, companionship, and resilience. The Tsar delegation listened intently, captivated by the depth of these connections and the raw emotion that flowed from the humans. The encounter opened the eyes of the Tsar to a new perspective on humanity. They began to see beyond the surface traits they had previously dismissed as primitive. Instead, they recognized the richness of human experience, their capacity for love, joy, and even sorrow. This emotional depth was something the Tsar had rarely encountered in their own interactions with other species. It was a reminder that life was not merely about technological advancement or diplomatic negotiations. It was also about the connections that enriched existence itself. With each passing moment, Jax and his team grew increasingly enamored with the humans and their way of life. They engaged in playful activities such as throwing balls for the dogs and listening to the whimsical antics of the cats. Laughter echoed through the park as the humans introduced the Tsar to a variety of games and pastimes that showcased their spirit of camaraderie and playfulness. As the sun dipped lower in the sky, casting a warm glow over the park, Jax gathered his team to reflect on the day's experiences. "What we have witnessed here transcends our original mission," he stated, his voice filled with newfound respect. "These beings possess a strength we had underestimated, a capacity for emotional connection that shapes their culture in ways we have yet to fully understand." His words resonated with his companions, igniting a conversation about the implications of their encounter. Kelks chimed in, "Perhaps we have much to learn from them. Their emotional bonds offer a glimpse into a form of strength we might incorporate into our diplomatic efforts." The others nodded in agreement, contemplating the ways in which the Tsar could benefit from understanding and embracing these connections. The discussions continued late into the evening, evolving into a commitment to foster diplomatic relations with Earth. The Tsar delegation resolved to share their experiences with the Council upon their return, advocating for a deeper understanding of humanity's potential. They recognized that embracing the emotional aspects of human nature could bridge gaps and foster alliances that were previously unimaginable. As the delegation prepared to depart from Earth, they carried with them not only data and findings but also an appreciation for the profound bonds that define human existence. Jax there felt a sense of hope swelling within him, a belief that this encounter could serve as the catalyst for a new era of intergalactic relations. He looked forward to sharing the stories of compassion and connection that they had witnessed, confident that the Tsar Empire would no longer dismiss humans as primitive but would instead recognize their place among the stars. In the weeks that followed, the Tsar delegation returned to their home planet, eager to present their findings. The council gathered, an assembly of dignitaries from various species, all eager to hear about the Earth and its inhabitants. Jax there took center stage, his heart racing as he prepared to share the remarkable experiences that had transformed his perspective. He spoke passionately about the humans' emotional depth, their bonds with animals, and the joy they derived from companionship. As he detailed the camaraderie he had witnessed, he could see the council members exchanging glances of intrigue and curiosity. Jax emphasized that the humans' resilience and capacity for connection offered invaluable opportunities for collaboration and understanding. When he finished, a silence filled the room before it erupted into spirited discussion. Council members debated the merits of establishing relations with humanity, weighing the potential for partnership against their previous concerns. The momentum shifted rapidly, and soon a proposal was put forth to send a new delegation to Earth, this time focused on fostering diplomatic ties and exploring shared goals. Jax Thar's heart soared as he witnessed the transformation in the Council's attitudes. What had begun as a mission to assess Earth's potential had evolved into a movement for understanding and collaboration. The Tsar Empire was ready to embrace the complexities of humanity, recognizing that their emotional expressions and connections were not weaknesses but strengths that could enrich the galaxy. As the new delegation prepared to set out for Earth, Jax felt a sense of purpose and excitement. The galaxy was vast and filled with wonders, but it was the bonds formed between species that would ultimately define their future. With humanity stepping into the spotlight, Jax and his fellow Tsar looked forward to forging a new chapter in intergalactic relations, one built on understanding, respect, and the powerful connections that bind all sentient beings together. As the new Tsar delegation prepared for their journey to Earth, the anticipation within the Empire grew palpable. News of the previous delegation's experiences had spread rapidly, sparking intrigue among the citizens of the Tsar Empire. The idea of engaging with a species known for its emotional richness and cultural vibrancy ignited curiosity and excitement throughout the ranks of their society. For many Tsar, the upcoming visit represented a chance to transcend traditional diplomatic engagements, delving into a relationship that promised to be mutually beneficial on a deeper level. Ambassador Jax there was designated to lead the new delegation once again. He understood the weight of his responsibility, recognizing that the success of this mission could redefine not just the Tsar's understanding of humanity but potentially alter the course of intergalactic politics. In preparation for their arrival on Earth, he immersed himself in the study of human cultures, learning about their history, art, and the myriad ways they express their emotions. He found himself particularly drawn to the concept of empathy, something that seemed to weave through every aspect of human interaction. It was a trait he hoped would facilitate meaningful dialogue and foster a genuine connection between their two species. As the sleek silver spacecraft descended once more onto the vibrant blue planet, Jax felt a mixture of excitement and nervousness. The lush landscapes of Earth spread out beneath them, filled with life and the promise of discovery. Upon landing, the delegation was greeted by familiar faces, many of the same humans who had first met them in the park, along with new friends eager to welcome them. The atmosphere was charged with warmth and anticipation, as both Tsar and humans stood on the precipice of a profound relationship. The interactions that unfolded over the coming days would pave the way for new understandings, enriching the Tsar Empire with insights into the emotional complexities that defined humanity and marking the beginning of an era filled with potential for collaboration and unity in the cosmos. As the day wore on in the park, the atmosphere was charged with a sense of discovery, especially for Kelks, who, despite his initial hesitation, found himself kneeling before a small tabby cat that had wandered over to investigate the Tsar delegation. The cat purred in delight as Kelks cautiously extended a hand, gently stroking its back. The sensation was unlike anything he had ever experienced. It felt calming and soothing, enveloping him in a warmth he could scarcely comprehend. "What is this sensation?" he asked, bewildered, turning to Jax Thar, who watched with an amused smile. "It feels calming." As the delegation spent more time in the park, they observed the intricate dance of interactions between the humans and their pets. The humans eagerly explained the myriad roles these animals played in their lives: companions that offered emotional support, protectors that provided security, and friends that enriched their everyday experiences. The Tsar began to grasp that this simple act of petting was far more than a mere display of affection. It was a profound expression of trust and kinship, a bond forged through shared experiences and mutual understanding. The concept of emotional connectivity began to resonate within the Tsar minds, sparking an evolution in their understanding of interspecies relationships. Later that evening, as the sun began its descent, casting a golden hue over the park, Jax there gathered the delegation to reflect on the day's remarkable events. "What we have witnessed today is truly remarkable," he began, his voice imbued with a sense of reverence. "Humans possess a unique ability to connect with other life forms in a way we had not anticipated." His words echoed in the hearts of the Tsar, as Kelks nodded in agreement, still stroking the cat that had settled comfortably in his lap. "Indeed," he replied, his voice softer now, infused with newfound respect. "They are not primitive. They possess a depth of emotional understanding that is rare among intelligent species." The following day, the Tsar delegation held a formal meeting with Earth's leaders. The atmosphere was charged with anticipation as Jax there presented their findings. "We must not underestimate the significance of emotional bonds in our relationships," he stated passionately, emphasizing the insights they had gathered during their time on Earth. The human's ability to form connections transcends species, offering a solid foundation for cooperation and understanding. The representatives from Earth were captivated by the delegation's enthusiasm, and discussions flourished, each side eager to share their experiences. The humans recounted heartwarming stories of how their relationships with animals fostered empathy and community, weaving a tapestry of emotional narratives that the Tsar found both enlightening and inspiring. As weeks passed, the Tsar delegation prepared to leave Earth, their hearts filled with gratitude and wonder. In a moment of camaraderie, Jax there turned to the humans and declared, "We wish to learn more about your culture, your ways of life, and the bonds you share with your companions." The humans were thrilled at the invitation and readily agreed to visit the Tsar home planet, excited at the prospect of exploring the stars and the opportunity for further exchange of knowledge. As the delegation boarded their sleek spacecraft, the children waved goodbye, their pets in tow. The golden retriever barked happily, almost as if it were saying, "Don't forget us." As the ship ascended into the sky, Kelks turned to Jaxthar, his eyes bright with newfound enthusiasm. "Ambassador, what will we do with this knowledge?" he inquired, eager to understand the next steps. Jaxthar contemplated for a moment, his mind racing with possibilities. "We will teach our people the value of connection," he said finally, a genuine smile spreading across his face. "We will not only explore the cosmos but also nurture the bonds that unite us." This sentiment sparked a transformation within the Tsar Empire, once known solely for its technological advancements. They began to integrate the concept of companionship and emotional understanding into their own culture, recognizing its value in fostering unity and cooperation among the myriad sentient beings they encountered. This exchange of knowledge blossomed into a profound friendship, forever altering the perceptions of both species. The Tsar Empire, now infused with the essence of emotional connectivity, began to forge deeper ties with Earth. Meanwhile, the humans reveled in their newfound role as ambassadors of emotional understanding, taking pride in the realization that their ability to connect, to pet, to love, and to share experiences transcended the boundaries of their world. They had demonstrated to the galaxy that the capacity for emotional bonds was not merely a human trait but a universal one, capable of uniting even the most disparate of beings. As the Tsar integrated these principles into their own society, they found that their diplomatic relations flourished. Earth became a partner in a broader coalition of interstellar diplomacy, with both parties benefiting from their shared experiences. The Tsar shared their advanced technology, while humans introduced new frameworks of emotional intelligence and community building, fostering a sense of solidarity among previously divided species. The worlds that once orbited in isolation began to draw closer together, united by the threads of empathy and understanding that had blossomed from their unique interactions. This new era of cooperation led to groundbreaking initiatives in education, environmental preservation and cultural exchange, with humans and Tsar collaborating on projects that highlighted their strengths and deepened their mutual respect. Schools were established where children of both species learned from one another, sharing their cultures, traditions and ways of life. Joint ventures to explore new worlds resulted in a flourishing network of knowledge and understanding that transcended the limitations of their previous perceptions. The Tsar and humans together embarked on joint missions to explore the furthest reaches of the galaxy, cataloging new life forms, cultures and technologies. These expeditions not only expanded their scientific understanding but also reinforced the bonds of friendship that had developed between them. As they traveled from one star system to another, they brought their pets along, further solidifying the idea that companionship extended beyond the limits of species and was an essential aspect of life itself. In this ongoing narrative of growth and transformation, the Tsar learned to embrace their own emotions, while the humans found joy in sharing their wisdom and experiences. Together, they demonstrated to the cosmos that cooperation rooted in empathy could overcome the challenges posed by difference, paving the way for a future where diversity was celebrated rather than feared. As time passed, the stories of their interspecies friendship echoed throughout the galaxy, inspiring other civilizations to re-evaluate their own understanding of connection. The Tsar Empire, once characterized solely by its technological prowess, emerged as a beacon of hope and understanding, proving that the deepest bonds could forge alliances that would stand the test of time. Through their journey together, both species had not only changed the course of their own destinies but had illuminated a path for all beings, reminding the universe that the power of connection lies at the heart of existence. As the alliance between the Tsar Empire and humanity flourished, it became evident that the impact of their newfound relationship extended far beyond the confines of diplomacy. Together, they began to explore the implications of emotional intelligence in governance and decision-making. The Tsar, known for their logical approaches to politics, started integrating human perspectives on empathy and understanding into their policies. This shift resulted in more compassionate leadership, with decisions that prioritized the well-being of all beings involved. The humans, in turn, were inspired to adopt more structured methods of governance, learning from the Tsar's organizational skills and technological advancements. This melding of ideas created a harmonious balance that enhanced the effectiveness of both societies. In the spirit of cooperation, the two species organized cultural festivals that celebrated their shared heritage and unique identities. These events featured art, music, and storytelling, showcasing the rich tapestries of both cultures. Humans shared traditional dances and folk tales, while Tsar artists exhibited holographic sculptures that captured the essence of their home planet. The festivals became a source of joy and learning, drawing participants from neighboring planets eager to witness this extraordinary collaboration. Through laughter and shared experiences, the citizens of both worlds grew closer, dismantling the barriers that once separated them. As they celebrated their diversity, they realized that their differences enriched their lives and made their connection all the more profound. With their alliance cemented, the Tsar and humans embarked on ambitious projects aimed at addressing some of the galaxy's most pressing issues. Together, they launched initiatives focused on environmental sustainability, seeking to restore dying ecosystems on various planets and ensure the preservation of endangered species. Utilizing Tsar technology and human ingenuity, they developed innovative solutions that combined scientific research with a deep respect for nature. Their efforts led to successful rewilding programs, revitalizing worlds that had suffered from neglect or exploitation. These initiatives not only demonstrated their commitment to a healthier galaxy but also solidified their reputation as leaders in interspecies cooperation. The partnership had transformed from a mere diplomatic relationship into a powerful force for good, inspiring other civilizations to join in their quest for harmony and understanding. Through their shared journey, the Tsar and humans discovered that the essence of connection transcended species, technologies, and cultures. They had redefined what it meant to be allies in the cosmos, not just through treaties and agreements but through genuine emotional bonds that fostered growth and compassion. The story of their friendship became a legend, a beacon of hope for those who sought to bridge divides and build a future rooted in empathy. As they continued to explore the stars together, the Tsar Empire and humanity learned that the greatest discoveries were not found in distant galaxies or advanced technologies but in the shared moments of laughter, love, and understanding that illuminated the path toward a brighter tomorrow for all beings.